Okay, let's talk about a number that feels like the ultimate mountain to climb for pretty much any entrepreneur, the $100,000 month. But today, we're going to completely break it down into a highly actionable, highly logical map. And look, let's just bust a massive burnout myth right out of the gate. Reaching 100K a month does not require grinding 100 times harder. It really doesn't. If you've been, working yourself to the bone without seeing these numbers, it's not a lack of effort, it's a lack of structure. So by the end of this explainer, you're going to have a proven step-by-step blueprint that you can quite literally implement today.
So let's dive right into this exact 5-step roadmap. First, we're doing the 100K money math. Then, what to actually sell. Third, crafting an irresistible offer. Fourth, generating predictable demand. And finally, closing the deal.
All right, step 1, the 100K money math, grounding the goal. Before we go off and build a product or write a single line of copy, we need to just look at the numbers. $100,000 a month. It feels massive, doesn't it? Almost a little intimidating, but it becomes incredibly attainable when you break it down properly. At the end of the day, it's really just a math equation waiting to be solved. Think about the different ways we can hit that number. Sure, you could try to sell one client a $100,000 package, but the risk there is huge. If they leave, your revenue literally goes to zero overnight. That is way too much concentration risk. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you could try to sell a $10 product to 10,000 people. But unless you've got this massive viral internet audience, reaching 10,000 buyers is completely exhausting. The absolute sweet spot, aiming for 100 clients, paying you $1,000 a month. It perfectly balances predictable revenue with a totally manageable volume of sales conversations. That right there is our mathematical foundation. Moving on to section 2, what to actually sell, finding that product sweet spot. Now that the math is settled, we have to figure out what will actually convince people to part with their hard-earned cash. Ultimately, people really only spend money on 3 core things. 1, time. If you can buy back someone's time, they will gladly pay you for it. 2, money. Selling a tool or service that makes the buyer more money is incredibly straightforward. And 3, status. Think luxury brands or premium positioning. And if you're aiming for that $1,000 a month mark, your ideal targets are small business owners. Why? Because they can make decisions fast, and they deeply value all 3 of these core drivers.
Now, what's really interesting here is how we find your specific offer. There's this fantastic Japanese philosophy called ikigai. Basically, it's the intersection of 4 things: what you love, what you're naturally good at, and seriously, don't discount your skills just because they come easy to you, what the world needs, and, crucially, what people will actually pay for. If you hit the first 3, but you completely ignore the what people will pay for part, well, you don't have a 100K business. You just have a really nice hobby. You absolutely must find that sweet spot in the center. But listen, there is a massive trap you need to avoid right here. Starting a traditional service business is easy, but doing custom, bespoke work for every single client means you're just selling your hours. There is zero leverage there, and honestly, it leads straight to burnout. Instead, what you want is a productized service. This is where you take a service and package it exactly like a product with repeatable, scalable steps. For example, building an AI voice agent for local businesses to answer their missed calls. You do the exact same core steps every time, which means you can scale to 100 clients without losing your mind.
Section 3, crafting an irresistible offer with decoys and prompts.
Having a great productized service means absolutely nothing if you don't package it well. There's a famous rule in sales: don't sell the work, sell the outcome. Buyers genuinely do not care about your features or some generic $1,000 marketing retainer. What they care about is the result. They want to hear, I will get you 10 new clients a month. Features just describe the thing, but outcomes are what actually get the credit card out of the wallet.
And here is how we price that outcome. This is a brilliant, slightly contrarian tactic called decoy pricing. You don't just offer your $1,000 core package. No, you create a $500 do-it-yourself option and a massive $10,000 premium done-for-you option. Why on earth would you do that? Because that extreme $10,000 option exists almost entirely as an anchor. It makes your core $1,000 middle-tier offer look like an absolute steal. You want to sell 100 of those middle options. The high and low ends, they're basically just decoys that funnel your buyer right into that sweet spot.
Once you've got your pricing dialed in, you can literally use AI to generate your offer doc using this exact framework. Define the specific outcome, outline the deliverables, state the investment, and yes, always call it an investment, not a price.
provide risk reversal like an ironclad guarantee, and finally, inject some urgency, like limiting your capacity to just 5 new clients. This document does the heavy lifting for you. It's copywritten to walk the client through the excitement, which is far safer than just getting on a call and verbally giving them a bunch of ideas they could just take to a competitor.
Okay, section 4, generating predictable demand, inbound and outbound. So here is a tough truth. Nobody is waiting around for you to launch. You have to actively generate leads. And to do this successfully, we need to run 2 distinct engines at the exact same time. Inbound is your long-term strategy. That's creating content that naturally pulls customers to you over time. Outbound is your short-term strategy, directly contacting prospects to drive immediate cash flow. A truly successful 100K blueprint leverages both. You're building short-term cash while growing long-term momentum. You do not want to spend months building a product in a vacuum only to launch to absolute crickets. Let's talk about that inbound strategy. Lean in for this, because it sounds completely counterintuitive. You need to give your entire process away for free. Literally. Look at all the deliverables in your offer doc. List the nuanced pain points your customer has around them, and use AI to generate specific observable problems they face. Then, take your internal checklist, scramble it up, and make content solving those exact problems. Now you might be thinking, wait, if I give it all away, why on earth would they pay me? Well, they're paying for the sequence. They're paying for the actual implementation from step 0 to step 100. The information should be totally free. It's the execution that costs $1,000 a month. Now for your outbound strategy. Start right in your pocket. Mine your phone contacts. You probably have hundreds, maybe thousands of connections in there. Step 2 is a brilliant little psychology hack. Ask past the person. Don't pitch your contact directly. Instead, ask them, hey, do you happen to know anyone struggling with X? Naturally, they'll often go, actually, yeah, me. Or they'll give you a warm referral. From there, use AI tools to scrape targeted lists of 100 perfect prospects and manage your follow-ups meticulously in a spreadsheet. Outbound is all about discipline, folks. Finally, section 5, closing the deal, getting paid. So, the crucial point here is that all this incredible preparation is totally useless if you don't actually get paid. Let's look at the sell by chat method. You can honestly build a massive business just through direct messages. When someone engages with your content, ask them qualifying questions. Are they just browsing, or are they actively trying to fix a problem? Once you find that pain point, present your solution and link them directly to that offer doc we built earlier. Let the document do the selling. Then simply send a Stripe payment link. Oh, and pro tip, bring up objections, like budget constraints, early in the chat. Deal with them when they're just minor bumps in the road before they turn into deal-killing roadblocks right at the finish line. If you're picking up the phone and calling businesses, like real estate agents or plumbers, use the BAM-FAM cold call method. BAM-FAM stands for Book a Meeting from a Meeting. Step 1, disarm them right away by stating you have absolutely nothing to sell today. Step 2, simply qualify if they have the problem you solve. Hey, are you looking into AI to answer your missed calls? If they say they're too busy, that is your in. Step 3, book a 15-minute demo call for the next day. Your goal on a cold call isn't to sell a $1,000 package on the spot. It's literally just to lock in a dedicated meeting. Now, you are going to face rejection, for sure. But consider this massive mindset shift. Get to 100 no's a day, and you're going to be rich. Think about that. Every single no is just a mathematical stepping stone getting you closer to that 100K goal. Honestly, your first 5 calls are throwaways anyway. Just keep dialing. If you hit voicemail, hang up and call right back immediately. It often bypasses their phone's do not disturb mode. Embrace the no's. And here is one final golden rule before you fulfill the service. Pre-sell it. Never ever spend months building software or complex service infrastructures blindly. Market a waitlist. Get customers to pay upfront, even just a $50 deposit to secure a spot at the top of the list. Think about it. If they won't even put down $50, they don't really have the problem. Only build the product once the demand is financially validated. Get the cash flowing first, tell them you'll start onboarding in 2 weeks, and then use that time to build out the actual deliverables. Well, we've reached the end of the blueprint. You've got the 100K math. You know exactly why you need to build a productized service. You've got the decoy pricing strategy, the AI offer prompts, the inbound and outbound engines, and the exact scripts to close the deal. The entire path is demystified. So I'm going to leave you with this final vital question. Are you going to sit down and actually do the work today? Don't overcomplicate it. One clear offer, one clear conversation. Start building your momentum right now. Thanks so much for hanging out and learning with us on this explainer. See you next time.